2018 GSL Season 3. This is Rock Shield.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GSL Code S Group C. It's like the C in the middle of craft for StarCraft. We are coming back with our lower bracket now. One of our players will be eliminated in Group C.
Yeah, could be another player starting with C.
Well played. Segues on point.
He's got a couple C's in there too.
Oh, I guess he does. I don't know if that's quite the theme that we want to run with here.
Well, we got here with a C.
Indeed,
we got Hurricane with 2 C's.
You were talking about how hard Hurricane has been practicing.
Or only 1 C. I know English, guys. Don't worry.
You really
I don't know why. I thought the R's were the C's,
today.
man. Okay.
The CS. No, it's not that one.
Hurricane with 2 C's, guys.
Definitely a
NA
G.
English.
So just, I don't know. There's definitely
yeah.
no way to fit 2 C's in there.
He has practiced quite a bit. I'm really excited for his TVP. I specifically watched him play a lot of games. I don't know if I want to say his partners, but they're really, really good partners.
You're talking about Hurricane.
Hurricane, yeah. I mean, I don't know Kier's partners. I don't live with Kier.
Well, he does live with a bunch of pro gamers who can help him out. You want to practice against Protoss on Jin Air, you got some good candidates. So it should be very well prepared for this match, but of course you're talking about how hard Hurricane has prepared himself. So let's see how he does. First match, the lower bracket.
Match 1. Fight.
Welcome on to Catalyst in the blue. He is
Jin Air Green Wings. Cure.
and his opponent in the bottom right in the red. This is
Hurricane.
So anticlimactic.
Hurricane.
I hope he doesn't lose, or else he's gonna probably take the bus alone.
Ooh.
That would suck.
Well, to be fair, you guys didn't have to take the bus here. You got chauffeured.
True that.
All the way to the GSL, balling it out. This is what we like to call the team unity bonus.
Yeah, I mean, Hurricane's friend drove us.
That's true. Thanks for coming down, guys. Big fans in the audience. Of course, some big fans watching online. So wherever you are, thanks for tuning in to the GSL Code S today. You made the best choice that you could to listen to No Regret and I talk about some StarCraft. So let's do that. This is another TVP. It's kind of the theme of Group C. But we aren't going to see any crazy proxies, at least just yet. We might have Hurricane trying to hide something again.
Right now. At least right this second, he's just looking for proxies and other things that he shouldn't, that shouldn't be on the map. A lot of times there's proxy factories and stuff like that.
Is the owner of
Titan
EX1.
Yeah.
Nice to see some representation down there in the audience. And yeah, like you were saying, no proxies. Both players have kind of checked that out, and it's just going to be about the most standard opening.
Wow, look at these results.
No Stargates on the way.
10 and 10 and 4 and 5.
I'm glad that they pointed that out because we all talk about like the Titans, like innovation or stats, but these guys have actually had very even stats both all time and in Legacy of the Void.
Yeah, most notably I remember because we were preparing Hurricane for IEM, and I remember he took down Cure. I think it was 2-0 or 2-1 in that tournament. So obviously they both are going back and forth. So I'd be very interested to see how this goes. Especially with both players clearly practicing a lot. Kier having, practice partners with SOS, I assume, and Trap and other people.
I was going to say, Trap was streaming a little bit earlier today. Trap321, got a chance to check that out. And obviously is going to be an influence when it comes to practicing against Protoss opponents. So, Zealot coming up. Reaper's generally pretty good against the Zealot.
That poor SCV, man.
I wonder how much an SCV would cost to make. You think about, so Koreans call SCVs Gundams because they're just so strong, mostly in Brood War, but the idea is that they're just really strong units, and for one of them to just run into a Zealot and crash, okay, maybe need to put that one back on the assembly line.
Swords and stuff. I don't see any swords on the SCV, though.
That is true. They also have shields that can tank 85 banelings. So.
Pretty sure.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Is it, though? Yeah, this is going to be the Dark Shrine pylon. So we're going to see DTs again.
Okay, never mind. It's Blink. Okay, never mind. It's CT.
There we go. Dark Shrine coming down.
He started Blink and then canceled it and then built it. He was very indecisive.
Ooh.
Okay.
I wonder if that's just like, you know, the brain in your fingers taking over from the brain in your head.
I'm pretty sure he was just like, do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? And then it's like flipping a coin in his head. He's like, go for it.
I mean, if you're that indecisive right now, I mean, you really got to go for it. There's a couple more gates coming up back in home.
I have to imagine. Okay, I was gonna say I have to imagine he scouted if you go into the top right, but he turned around.
It looks like he's not going to.
I think he's in favor of, or instead of going for the scout on the map, he's gonna try and scout, the Protoss.
He is going
Blink
Blink
there's a third base
as well. It's not DT Blink.
This is actually really good. I really like this. The reason why is we know Blink is very common, especially if you get a scout off in the main. You would see Blink, you'd be like, okay, well this is just Blink. There's nothing scary about that. There's nothing suspicious about that. So I really like the Blink DT build.
Right. The Reaper's going to come back around. I think
this is really good.
Where Blink is going to matter the most.
Okay, this is huge. He actually wants
chronoing
this.
it.
Yeah, he wants to see this.
Now, ideally, he kills off the Reaper here and then cancels Blink.
No, he leaves Blink. But I think Hurricane wanted that scout. Because if you scout nothing there, you're like, okay, this is DT. Okay, you have to play safe against it, right?
We're taking a look at scan energy, and it's actually, enough for one scan on both orbitals, but
and an engineering bay on the way,
is he going to drop a mule right now? First 2 DTs? I think he has 3 gateways.
He's got 1 turret on the way. Okay, I think he'll be fine here.
Yeah, so you scan to kill the first DT. So you're going to see the shimmer. Instant reaction.
And this turret's going to finish too, so it's not like this second DT will do anything more.
Okay, we already have 1 blink. Where's the second blink? Let's give it to DTs.
DT blink?
Hell yeah.
Actually, really, really good play by Kier. I really didn't think you could scout that this is DT with the scout off. Like, he saw 3 gateways and a chrono on the blink. Don't think it's a huge tell, really.
You know, maybe there is that little tiny pro gamer, knowledge that if you see one thing out of place, it's DTs that we just didn't pick up on. But either way, you're right. That is a great defense. Totally rock solid. 0 damage done from DTs this time by Hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh, now Kier's gonna go scout for this. We'll see how much he can get done with.
Wow, look at this.
Wait, what?
That was an accident.
Okay, that is the wrong direction, Blink.
He blinked the most injured one in, too.
I'm glad that he didn't just warp in at the pylons powering the Dark Shrine, or build the Dark Shrine at his proxy pylon. Otherwise, he would have just lost it right there. So, gonna take that down. Ooh, saves the Observer just in case.
You know, another thing is interesting to think about? He scouted the pylon, right? But he didn't kill the DT Shrine because he's not sure if he warped in anywhere else, right? Like, the Dark Shrine could be on his side of the map. But so if you find the proxy pylon and there's no DT there, then you're like, okay, well, the Dark Templar Shrine.
Oh, there is a cheeky DT behind this. Scan does pick it off, though. So I think you just keep bleeding scans and then maybe... Oh, there's actually a second scan. So if there's another extra DT that comes from behind here, I'm not sure if there might be enough energy to take it out. Either way, great force fields here. This should be a stronghold by Hurricane.
It's a really strong hold, yeah. Also, you can warp in another DT because you just used his scans, no?
Yeah, I think that's all of his scans, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You might have 1 more now, but at this point, it's kind of a little bit too late anyways. I kind of wish they'd blink forward. Only 3 Marauders there?
Yeah, especially if you have an Immortal coming up behind. Even if you do kind of start losing the fight, the Immortal makes up for that.
I mean, like, imagine getting these 3 medevacs. That'd be huge, but he doesn't get them. Pretty okay trade.
Slow warping in another DT back at that Dark Shrine.
Yeah, again, this is what I thought. Because you don't see that second pylon or that first pylon he killed. You 100% are going to look for this other pylon. But you saw that first pylon, you're like, okay, but that's clearly where it was warped in, and you don't think about the second one. So he just has this pylon forward that Kier will probably never scout.
Hope we get a look at Command Center energy here in just a second. 2 scans were used. They were a little bit of a while ago, so...
I mean, there's still a turret there,
Yeah, there's a turret at the front, so how do you circumvent that? I was looking to make sure that there wasn't DT Blink on the way, but oh my god, perfect positioning by Hurricane. That's a big
really
pickoff.
Yeah. I think the DT is skirting in now. I can't tell for sure.
Is he going to scan to kill that Observer?
I don't know where the DT is.
Oh, it even activates. Oh, that was not a good time to siege it up.
Yeah, I mean, it probably would have died either way, but you're right. Can't really run away from it if it's sieged up.
Instant cancel on that pylon back at home just to get enough money. Trying to hang on here. There's a shield battery and 3 Immortals. Gets all those...
This should be more than enough for Hurricane.
Marauders, yeah, this should be really good, especially with that Guardian Shield. So, tanks 1 of the Widow Mines, so 1 active back in the back. The big warp in of Zealots. Back at home now. Where's that DT? We haven't kept an eye on it to see what's going on, but either way, okay, 1 nice force field. The mine does go off on a bunch of these Zealots. Nice kiting here. Control by Kier is just really good.
Yeah, Kier's control being really, really well. I don't know what's going on the other side of the map if that DT did anything. I guess not. It probably just died.
I think he has it scouting the third base. Or the 12 o'clock location. Trying to move forward, takes one of those Widow Mines. There's another one that does go off, only hits one Zealot. The kiting backwards still impeccable. A big blink forward
nice
though by
blink.
Hurricane, trying to snipe off some of these medevacs, but the Marauder count's still actually very, very strong, so Hurricane can't overextend right now. Immortals coming up are going to be the final nail in the coffin. Yeah, there he goes. He gets
really
into
nice.
the third.
Are these DTs not one-shotting against Vius? That's pretty funny.
Just barely goes down. Yeah, I guess that one armor does make a lot of difference.
Attack, yeah. That's just funny. I'm used to seeing DTs kill literally everything in one shot. Except for Ultras. And a bunch
Maybe
of other
2 or
units.
3 shots for those.
Yeah, DTs are pretty strong, man.
They definitely are.
You know what would be cool? If he goes through the center of the map, he can actually cut this army off. But I don't think he's going to, because it's pretty of a committed push here.
Right. If you get caught out of position right there, that can be a recipe for losing your army.
Like, imagine if you attack in the Nat and take these rocks down or something, like 2 force fields on the ramp.
Oh my god.
That would be really devastating. Look, please do it. It would be so much better than attacking here, I
Scan
think.
scouts the army, the warp prism positioning, and the warp in.
Oh, nice EMPs on the Archons. I think both of them are hit right now. Both sentries are down.
Yeah, the sentries is a real big takeout, so no force fields, and this is going to be the last Guardian shield as well. The Archons are going to be good if they don't just die instantly, but I think Hurricane's not in a great spot right here.
Yeah, he's getting bled down a little bit, honestly. Okay, here comes, he's backing up into the Widow Mines.
A couple do go off. There's still more back in the back. We'll see if Kier wants to move them forward. His ghost control has been really good with the EMPs, and I think he has a couple more ghosts, 3 more on the way.
I like the backup. I think he needs to back up. Because he's just bleeding units right now. Defensively, he's in a way better spot than he is aggressively. Especially with the Warp Prism going out now.
Now, he does still have the Warp Prism, yeah, like you said, going out at the 12. We'll see if he can go into the natural. Miss on that EMP.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is if you can buy time for disruptors, you pretty much will never die.
Nice feedback there, but it doesn't actually kill the ghosts. There's 5 ghosts right here. Those are actually deal a lot of damage to Zealots as well as these Widow Mines. Should be enough to clear off the front line, but is there enough back to back? There's 4 Immortals, but one of them actually can't fire. It's kind of stutter stepping around behind us, but even still, is there enough here for Hurricane to hold on? No. Kiting backwards, Cure, his control impeccable. The shield battery's going to help, but will it be enough? The Warpin's coming through here, but there's just so much back behind this for Cure. Widow Mines and continual reinforcements. Cure's push holds.
Yeah, I don't think Hurricane can ever muster up an army to deal with this. He has disruptors on the way, but it's kind of too late, honestly.
I think it might just be, there might be some DT shenanigans possible, but that's going to do it. GG, Cure will tag game number 1. Hurricane taps out and has his back up against the wall.
Yeah, he really just needed to buy that time for disruptors. He couldn't find it, honestly. The DTs did nothing. The counterattack really didn't do anything. Like, Cure just had full control of that game. Really off the back of the DTs doing nothing, in my opinion. Questionable decision-making. Cure playing that phenomenally.
No, he really did. And I really do think that there's such star power in StarCraft 2. So when you see guys like Hurricane or like Cure, neither of whom has participated in all 3 GSL seasons this year, you can start to lose sight that they are still very, very talented players. Top 100 in the world easily. So maybe that's a little bit too inclusive, but it should show you that these guys are still very, very strong and capable of going all the way, even against great players like Stats, who will be waiting for the winner of this series.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks if you take out one of these guys and your next guy is Stats. You know?
I mean,
like if you're Hurricane and you take out Cure, you're like, yes, I beat Cure.
It's like when you scan and you're trying to find your opponent's army. You scan, you see that it's twice your size, and it's like, okay, well, maybe that's not the information you wanted. So maybe a little bit of a silver lining. We'll see who does make it on to the next match, and if Hurricane
Match
come
2,
back.
fight.
In the blue, he is
Jin Air Green Wings, Cure.
And his opponent in the red in the upper right-hand corner. This is Lost and Found. He is
Meliora Esports, Hurricane.
Oh, I love the deep guttural Hurricane. Makes him sound super awe-inspiring and epic, and then you look down there, and I think I don't know, not the most intimidating factor IRL, but in-game, this guy is crazy. He's a monster, and I'm glad that he's been practicing so hard because he will need every little bit of that preparation to come back against Cure and advance on to face stats.
Yeah, I think Hurricane just needs to get into a position where he kind of controls the tempo of the game. I think that's when he would really start to excel, because clearly when Kira gets into that spot, he can be really, really hard to break.
And you can tell that all of Hurricane's builds are designed at getting him into a position where he can dictate that tempo. But especially when his DT tech fails or gets scouted, like has happened both times against Innovation and then against, or not against Innovation. What am I thinking of?
Against stats?
Yeah, against stats, and then Cure, it hasn't been what he needs to get that tempo advantage.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just go Twilight into Blink this game. No Stargate or no DT. I think he could really do well. I don't know why he wants to do this crazy stuff. He just needs to get into a position where he can play the late game, play it out, and I think he's a really strong late game player in general. If I can recall correctly, when he did beat Kira, he was playing late game against Kira in IEM. So I'd like to see him do that again.
I mean, we'll see if he can scout for any kind of crazy proxies up there on the high ground in the northeast, or northwest rather, but no player going to find anything just yet. Pretty standard start to the game on
first Stalker, I would say this is probably a Twilight console. We'll have to see if he gets a second Stalker.
I mean, we've seen kind of a tendency to go for a Blink or something along those lines, but with a Robo on the way, yeah, this is going to be something a little different.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we see a Robo in ZVT or TVP today.
Yeah, it's either been Stargate or, I guess what was the other build? I guess DT or Blink, so.
Yeah. Interested to see how he's going to use this Robo. Wonder if it's Robo into Twilight. Probably, right?
Robo into another Robo.
That's not a thing.
More Robos than we know what to do with. Where's Colossus tech in TVP?
I think Colossus
Jake?
have fallen out quite a bit.
I really do. Colossus and Disruptors both have sort of taken a nosedive, unless you're just really well known for your control of those units.
The biggest thing, the reason the Colossus nosedive is because Marauders are so much stronger now.
Oh,
You ever see Marauders dive Colossus? They just die so quickly.
You do the Maru where you carpet bomb them out of Medivacs right on top, and just Colossi, they trip really fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's true.
Trying to get in there for a scout. Will he see the Robo? The answer is a yes. So he will get in there.
I don't think this is a huge, crazy moment where you're like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, this is not insane. Honestly, Robo is still viable. Observers are really strong still. Getting map awareness and figuring out what's going on, it's just a really strong thing. I think this is where Hurricane in general
But this is where we see the real sort of tech choice. Double gases being thrown down does sort of indicate that there will be that support bait coming down. It's on the way, and I'm curious to see what it's going to be. Is it going to be Disruptors now that they don't have landing lag after you drop them out of Warp Prisms, or will it just be a lot of Colossi, like you said, are very vulnerable to Marauders now?
I would say 100% this is Disruptor drop, so we'll have to see. I think Disruptor drop is actually a great way to keep that tempo, like we were talking about before.
Yeah. Absolutely. I could really catch Cure off guard. This is not a build that you expect by any means, and with that Reaper getting taken out, it's going to take a scan to catch wind of this.
Yeah, seeing a Robo again, it's not a huge tell, so... Oh, it's actually Colossus.
Okay, well, we're just way off here today,
Colossus
guys.
drop, maybe?
This is what happens when Tastosis isn't here. But to be fair, this is a little bit wacky, and I don't know how he's going to handle just massive amounts of Marauders.
That's Warp Prism speed, right?
It is.
So he's getting Colossus drop. This is actually just not a thing.
No. This make no mistake, guys.
We don't see this very often, guys.
How many Colossi fit into Warp Prism? That's a 1. Can you warp Colossi in? No. So the ways to make this work are just a little bit few and far between.
Add-on complete.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how it goes.
I mean, I would have expected Disruptor drops, right? You drop the Disruptor, blow stuff up, haha.
Maybe you can follow it up with Disruptors?
Maybe you drop the Colossi and
I still feel like
him out.
He was getting ranged, no? Or he just... Oh, never mind. He was getting this upgrade off the RoboBay. I honestly have no idea. I'm not even going to call anything anymore because it's just going to look weird. Anything I say at this point is just going to be wrong because I have no idea.
Okay.
Here's some second Colossus. Maybe... I really don't understand the Warp Prism speed. What's he going to do? He can't really go
so
Colossus
what's
drop.
odd about this is that, you live with the guy, and even you haven't seen this kind of craziness. I mean, maybe Neve's been honing this build
Yeah, maybe they're even keeping it a secret from me.
with him. Aha, that's the real mind game.
don't even
When you
know.
fake Jake out. Okay, well, here we go. A drop in. Will this scout the tech? It's going to see the bay, but will it know if it's... oh, no. Is he going to snipe extended thermal lands? That would be absolutely huge. He can't do it, but it does reveal that the Colossus is out.
Oh, this is cute.
Boom!
If only it was a slight bit faster.
Yeah, and if only it was a real Phoenix. Unfortunately not. But either way, it is going to be Colossi, and now Cure knows about it.
Yeah, you could do a Zealot drop with a Warp Prism speed. I don't,
Zoom!
yeah.
The fastest Zealot drop you've ever seen. I mean, I don't know. Here it comes.
Yeah, here comes. Oh my God, no.
And boom goes the dynamite. Cure with the one Marine there just to finish it off because he knows that it won't one-shot it.
Oh my God, I can't even believe that. I feel like
okay,
the Marine was blocking the Warp Prism, so you could, or the
Widowmine, right.
Yeah. This is really bad, by the way, guys, if you couldn't tell. just want to emphasize.
Oh no! Let's practice our alphabet here. G. This is going to be rough to hold on. The stim takes out extended thermal lance. That is denied, and so might be the game here. A huge drop at the most vulnerable moment for Hurricane as he was out of position. Snipes extended thermal lance and the support bay. What a god. Cure. Just unstoppable.
He killed his own Zealots there with this Disruptor, too. That hurts a lot to watch.
See, I thought that what hurt the most was being so close and watching you walk away, but instead it's actually killing your own Zealots. And actually, round 2 here is just going to be maybe the nail in the coffin. As Cure attacking from 2 directions at once, will win in the main for a little bit. And he's going to take down the third base, force a cancel there as well.
Yeah, to be honest, this is still 2 base versus 2 base, but he can't really sustain these losses and not be falling really far behind.
I mean, it's 70 supply to 43 when it comes to the army. And
these are 43 Protoss army supplies. I just want to remind you, Rapid.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you, No Regret. Bias aside, all the units that Cure is making are good against all the units the Hurricane has already. And the extended thermal lance realistically will never be completed this game, barring it continuing for another 20 minutes or so.
Maybe if a Disruptor does like amazing damage, just kills.
All right, I believe.
Like,
how optimistic are we?
That's pretty much like the only situation I can really think of.
I mean, the only thing I've seen from Disruptors here is that they can kill a lot of Zealots.
Yeah,
so hopefully things can look a little bit better.
Oh.
Oh, mass feedbacks and immediately morphing to Archons. Those can finish. Maybe there's some hope here, but I don't see a whole lot of it.
I think at this point, you're just kind of licking your wounds. Even if you can defend this, you can't. The Widowmine's going to go up.
No! It does hit the Probe 17 go down. I don't know how much licking it'll take to repair his wound this time around, but he's going to need a lot of it. I mean, eventually these Colossi should be able to clean it up, but it's too much damage done. GG Cure takes game number 2 to eliminate Hurricane from the GSL Codex.
That hurts, man.
It really does. I mean, for Cure, he definitely deserved his win, but it still is sad to see Hurricane go.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was there watching him practice and putting all that hard work in, so it's really hard to see him like go out like that. But hopefully he gets more motivated to do better next season. Hopefully we see him again.
If anything is the silver lining is that we get this sick Pendulum remix by BK, so I'm glad that we have that to kind of salve our wounds. We'll be taking a quick break while we take stock of everything and come back to the last match, Cure versus Stats.
I'm like empty up in the clouds. I know it sounds awkward. Filthy as charged. You're a sweet